What's up, PricePlow Nation? This is Mike and Ben here. Been a little bit since we talked. We had a long video about the Kaged Muscle Pip Stack, pre, intro, post. And we had an argument, kind of, we were talking on WhatsApp, and I was like, dude, we already did a HYDRACHARGE video. And Ben's like, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
I'm like, yes, we did. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Turns out that was me alone. I just dreaming things up, I guess.
Welcome to PricePlow.
So what I want to do is I want to talk about HYDRACHARGE and our different kind of what's happened with Kaged Muscle. This product has just taken on its own life. I don't even think it was meant to happen, but sometimes in business that is what happens, and they just roll with it. And I think Kris and Brian Rand put together, it's just such an incredible thing here. So we're gonna do a little tasting. I have the apple limeade flavor.
Fruit punch.
And that's the OG fruit punch. I haven't had for a while. I also like that the tubs now are a little bit shorter and fatter, so you don't have this long scooper. But I had the fruit punch for quite a long time. Okay. I might still have the old one, and it's still a powder. Like,
so this was supposed to be a flavoring system for their clean products. They released their own single ingredient products, glutamine, whatever. And I like it because Kris has an attention to high quality ingredients. So fermented versions of glutamine, fermented versions of citrulline. He believes that the fermented versions are more healthier for your gut, stuff like that. I'll let him maintain that. And I like how this became a own standalone product as well.
Right.
I believe a lot in this kind of stuff because I think that there are some ingredients that you could be getting in daily all around the day, you know, all day you may, and keep yourself hydrated. I think hydration has been a huge changer in my fitness lifestyle. There's certain milestones where you like things click, and being hydrated was one of them for me. So HYDRACHARGE, important. A big deal, and they put in a couple other things that like I just kind of like the additions.
Lifesaver for me at one point, which we'll talk about. But yeah, let's get through the profile a little bit. Yeah, I just love the fact that it was meant to just be there to flavor the citrulline. You make your own custom pre-workout. They have their pure calf capsules, all this different stuff. And people are like, how about I just take this alone because I just need some extra electrolytes to sip on during the day and don't want like a ton of calories or don't want to take a bunch of stimulants. I just want the electrolytes.
Yeah. Or like, in post BCA gallon life here, right? People are no longer drinking BCAs. Well, you shouldn't be drinking BCAs all day long. This is an option that can help you out because of what's included in it. Right. And also it just tastes great, so it helps you. I don't like just the flavor of water. I like to have a little bit of something in there.
Right, and as always, they're always going for the stevia first and then sucralose. I mentioned that every Kaged Muscle video, and that's the same here. So go for the natural type of flavoring.
Is there a little bit of sucralose in this one?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
And then finally, fill that with calcium silicate.
I'm a fan of that. I'm not a hater on sucralose at all in the beginning because I don't think that it is unsafe in any way possible. However, I notice on days like today where we do 15 reviews in 2 hours, I get a little bit of brain fog.
We got bombed out of sucralose. I'm just like, I didn't feel bad. I'm just like, dude, I'm just done with this stuff.
Yeah. Now, I don't think that that's a problem because for normal consumers, you're never going to reach that level. Right. You shouldn't reach that level. You should be eating this kind of stuff from your diet, getting your nutrients in that way. I don't think you should be getting that much in. However, I'm a fan of prioritizing other sweeteners if you can. Right,
and if you can make it work, and they work with natural flavors as well. They're not doing any artificial flavoring, as far as I know. Well, Brian Rand, that's why Kaged Muscle comes out with stuff a little bit more slowly because, man, Brian and Kris work their butts off to make this stuff right. And with HYDRACHARGE, it's got this cult following where I think people have tried it, like they kind of know. And so my life-saving story, 4.8 grams per ounce, and then that goes in 10 to 14 ounces of water. So you can just water this thing down all you want. And the reason is this got to be pretty strong flavor to be able to overpower your fermented citrulline and whatever else you're doing in there.
Fermented amino acids do not taste good.
Oh, I smell that, dude.
Strong. I smell that one over this
apple
one.
Lemon, yeah. Fruit punch is the OG.
I like their apple flavors. They're crisp apple with a K for Kris.
With a K. Kaged Muscle with a K.
It was crisp. That was my favorite thing about it. Is that, you taste that like crispiness of the apple. You know, it's fresh.
So while we're shaking it up, ingredient panel, you have 2 grams of carbs, 10 calories, 37 milligrams of calcium, 4%, Phosphorus, 4%, magnesium, 4%, sodium, 5%, potassium, 2%, a gram of taurine, which I love. That's going to have clinical benefits all on its own right there.
The taurine on its own,
hydration.
It's a reason for me to use the product.
Yeah.
Taurine on its own, I mean, it's just an athletic powerhouse to begin with. If you're a bigger guy and you get back pumps from your anterior pelvic tilt and stuff like that, it can help move the blood out and circulate it a little bit more. But overall, we have a great blog post that I'll link.
Yeah, and there was a really good meta-analysis showing that from the single first use, 500 milligrams in fact, this is twice that dose, right from the first use, better endurance.
Yep.
So it gives you, it's an osmo, like, gives you this like sheath of water across your body, and it donates sulfur too. A lot of things that people are deficient in. So it's almost like you can kind of almost put that in the mineral section too. Like I like these ingredients that add a little bit of sulfur. Our joints are oftentimes barren with them.
I can never get enough taurine. Just as a general rule, give me as much as you can fit into it as you can flavor. 1 gram, 500 is kind of the minimum for me. 1 gram, I am stoked about. Give me more, that's cool. You can actually double up on these scoops if you're putting it in a gallon or something like that. Like we were saying, you could water it down, you could put more in a gallon. But moving on to the coconut water powder, that's kind of probably where a lot of the minerals are coming from.
Right, yeah.
This stuff is very full of micronutrients, minerals, not really vitamins, but
there's no vitamins
minerals.
listed. I'm sure there might be trace amounts from the next ingredient, but yeah. And the coconut water adds a little bit of flavor on its own too.
It helps a little bit, yeah. And it's finishing off with Spectra, obviously Futureceuticals, first claim to fame. This is one of the first ingredients that we saw Kaged Muscle using that was outside of the norm. Their first couple products, when you look at their pre-caged, their first couple products were very, I don't want to call them simple, because simple has a deconnotation to it, but they were tried and true ingredients that were proven, and that's kind of Kris's MO. Doing the things that work, not overthinking a lot of stuff. So, Spectra, very
we're not going to list everything that's in here, but it's led by green coffee extract, and that's probably going to provide a little bit of chlorogenic acid, really good for the cardiovascular system, and then a whole slew of micronutrients that are going to come from the vegetables and everything, which is good for those of us who don't eat vegetables and want a little bit maybe of the hormesis, or maybe you do think the antioxidants provide you a lot of help. Overall, I'm more excited about the hydration. My life-saving story here is that when I first switched to keto back in late 2016, I was swimming and I was cramping up like a mofo because I was depleted of sodium. I busted out the HYDRACHARGE. I was crushing this stuff. Like HYDRACHARGE, and a lot of people, we figure out, you get used to it. You're excreting sodium when you're dropping your insulin levels. And for a while, you kind of need to replenish. And a lot of people just add more salt. I didn't know what was going on. I knew I was cramping. So the first thing I get when I was cramping is I went into it just trying to, I went keto the first time just to review supplements, really. I didn't understand the science. I was just like, let me just be able to review these supplements properly, do the blood tests, blah, blah, blah. Next thing I know, I'm cramping. I'm like, well, I know I'm getting trimmed down and everything, but I was like, I need something, and HYDRACHARGE was what I thought of for cramps.
There you go.
And it worked. So I was like, thank you, Kris Gethin.
So we'll go apple limeade first.
Apple first.
You're not a limeade person, but the apple you might like. I like lime and I like apple.
Cheers, man.
To Kris.
To Kris.
Nice.
It's more apple than lime.
More apple, but the granny and the lime go together very well.
Yeah, it finishes with lime. I can't believe you didn't do a HYDRACHARGE video with me before. Too much sugar links lately. Love it, but I know for a fact I know what my flavor is.
You like the fruit punch?
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Fruit punch, like, it's so simple and old, and there's so many different versions of it. You can mess it up.
This is a very unique one on it.
Ooh. What is that flavor in there?
Is there a dash of banana in there or something? Like, I have no idea. You're the expert on this.
It's been a long day.
It's natural.
Oh, this is gonna bother me. There's almost like orange in it.
I don't know. It's more natural. There's a lot of very.
It tastes like you literally took fruits and squeezed them in.
There's very, very fake fruit punches out there, but this one is obviously, like I said, naturally flavored.
I swear I taste orange.
You probably do.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know if you're going to get any help from the label, but Brian Rand's keeping that one close to the vest. Colored with beetroot, by the way. And don't know. And there are a little bit of minerals added to the blend at the end, so it's not all from the coconut water. You have potassium phosphate, calcium citrate, magnesium citrate added there in it as well. So it's not like all coming from coconut water. I don't really care. Just I needed my sodium, and I didn't know what I needed my sodium, so like that's what I ended up drinking.
If there was any criticism I would add to it, it's probably that the apple limeade, which, in my opinion, both of them are green fruits. I would have made a green liquid.
A green color.
But you don't always have a choice. Kris is less, and Brian, but in Chris's brand and MO, he's less concerned about the presentation of this stuff. It's about the performance and the efficacy of the product.
At the same time, they have a really good beetroot extract that they show me, like the color of their beetroot versus other beetroots, and theirs is like really a danker, deeper red. But overall, with this one, especially, you're gonna mix it with some other stuff, or you're just gonna put it. I don't care about the color. I like that it's natural, and I expect that from Kaged Muscle.
That's just being someone who has been behind making products before. When people look at the color of product, it already changes how their psychology is thinking about it. But also flavor, that's actually my favorite one. The apple limeade I prefer over the fruit punch, but I'm a lime person. I like Granny Smith apple. So
so if you're like drinking on any like unflavored amino acids, you want to put your own concoction together, something like you want to make your own super high leucine EAA blend or whatever, it doesn't exist. Go get some of the unflavored stuff. This is your flavor system. Done and done. You get the taurine there as well, so you don't have to worry about that. And that's why we like Kaged Muscle. You guys, it's 3 years too late, but I really never thanked Kris Gethin for sending this product like 3 years ago. But that was a lifesaver. I don't know if it was really a lifesaver, but man, when you're swimming and you get the cramp in your leg and you're like, you're like dolphin kicking to the wall, and I was like, dude, this is messed up, man.
I've been there. I've been there. Not swimming, but I've been there with the cramp.
All right, so thanks for watching. Check out PricePlow.com/Kaged-Muscle. We don't have a coupon code or anything with them. We got to work on that.
We're gonna hit them up.
Yes, and on IGTV, if you're watching over there on the phone, I did a pink lemonade review back, one of the earlier IGTV videos.
I think that was your first IGTV
I was outside over there, and that was actually really well done too, and they use less water, so if you don't want a huge pre-workout, pre-cage needs a lot of water, pink lemonade doesn't. So really good natural flavor system, and I think they did really good with pink lemonade. So check that one out, and thanks for watching. We'll see you on the flipper.
Welcome to PricePlow.